Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. This is a great day for City Heights. Wouldn't you agree with me on that? It's great to see everybody here. And with me today is Councilmember Georgette Gomez, who you're going to hear from in just a second. Angeli Hernandez, who is representing Mid-City Can. Russ Connolly, who is chairman of the City Heights Area Planning Committee. Employees from our City Public Works and Park and Recreation Department. And of course, dozens of kids from City Heights community who are ready to skate here in just a second. I love the smiles on everybody's face. I will tell you, we are helping to help celebrate a major step forward, another step forward in the largest park expansion effort in San Diego in modern history. We're here, of course, to welcome everybody and celebrate the completion of a brand new skate park right here at the Park de la Cruz Neighborhood Park. Are you kids good with that? Are you ready to go? All right. I think we're ready to do that. Look, I thought you might be, because this is an incredible skate park, and I can't thank everybody in all the community enough for making this afternoon a reality. And you know, it's not just this beautiful skate park that we're here to celebrate. This is going to be a gathering space. It's not just, it's just the park, but of the surrounding things that we have at this park as well. Look, this is a place where people can come and families gather, come after school right across the way. New picnic tables and walkways. It's a place for the community to enjoy. And that's what this is all about, bringing our community closer together. And it's why Councilmember Gomez and myself are working harder than ever to bring new park investments to neighborhood parks across the city. That's our priority. Last year I made a commitment to break ground or improve in 50 parks in just 5 years. Make ground new and improve in just 5 years. The good news is that we are making great progress. Today's celebration marks the 15th park to be completed and open with new equipment and new resources since I made that commitment. I think yesterday we just opened a skate park in Linda Vista Community Park. So we have Torrey Highlands, we have San Ysidro, we have Mission Valley, are just a few of the other communities that are seeing new park improvements. And of course, now we have the world-class Park de la Cruz skate park for all City Heights residents to enjoy. And yes, I like that the kids asked me if I was going to join them in there. I'm going to watch, I'm not going to skate. But I'm going to watch you guys, all right? You ready to go?
Yes.
Just a second, I promise. We'll thank a few people, and then we'll let everybody But as you can know that investments like this just don't happen. It takes tenacity, it takes a lot of hard work. I want to thank Paz Gomez, who is our city's Deputy Chief Operating Officer, who oversees our park infrastructure and public works. Paz, thank you. Our Herman Parker, who is our Director of City's Park and Recreation. They've been working really hard, and so glad that they've done, particularly on all of the features here, on the bowls, the pipes, the steps, that the idea was to have this skate park accommodate skaters of all levels. And I think once you go in and see it, you realize they did a great job. And of course, this is, as I said, it's investing in communities. I also want to thank our City Heights Area Planning Committee and all of our public works and recreation employees, many of whom you see here today and out here. They're very proud of this. They love working on projects like this. When you make a difference in San Diego, this is a lasting difference. And of course, I want to thank the Tony Hawk Foundation, who contributed $40,000 to make this happen. Thank you, my man. Tony Hawk Foundation. Keep going up there. It's about public-private partnerships for the betterment of the community. And I will tell you, this community has a champion in your council member, Georgette Gomez, who's been hitting the ground for just over a year, who continues to push for neighborhood investments, community investments, and great projects like this. She is doing phenomenal work at City Hall, phenomenal work here in this beautiful district. Councilmember Gomez, thank you for all of your help. Thank you for all of your support. Let's invite up Councilmember Georgette Gomez right here. Georgette, good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, everyone, and thank you for the community for coming out. As elected leaders, we respond to community's dreams. And this, in fact, was something that was dreamt from our community youth. And it's not that often that we get a lot of youth involvement in city politics and city decisions. And it's really, I'm very, very proud to say that today our youth basically demanded a skate park so they can have a space to enjoy and not be harassed. So this is a beautiful project, not only because it's lifting up the quality of life of our community, but more importantly, creating spaces that will allow our youth and hopefully intergenerational spaces that we can come together and create friendships, get to know one another, and really create a better community. So this is what this is all about, and I really want to give shout outs to the City Heights Mid-City Can youth group, just because this really came from that work. So thank you. Thank you for that. I really also want to thank the community, Cherokee Point community members, for really stepping up and not being afraid of sometimes projects that are being led by youth. Sometimes we tend to have a negative reaction. And that happened a little bit, just because I was part of the City Heights planning group, and I remember seeing those dynamics come to that reality in terms of the community members saying, we don't want this, because sometimes we act from fear, but we were able to manage a better relationship and say this is not going to create negativity. This is actually going to enhance our community. And I really want to appreciate the community from Cherokee Point for not being afraid, really taking on a skate park that will lift up and create a space for our kids to be active and have a safe space for them, which is really important. And I really want to thank also the mayor for listening to our community members and really taking direction and investing in communities such as City Heights. When I ran in a promise that I was going to fight to bring more resources to underserved communities. Well, City Heights is one of those communities, and we need to do much more. But this right now is a beginning of that type of work, and really want to appreciate the mayor for your commitment and investing in our communities. So with that, let's. What am I doing? I'm going to turn it back to the mayor, and we're going to continue the celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgette. Thank you for your words. Thank you, Georgette. Thank you. Thank you, Georgette. A couple of other speakers. As Georgette was just saying, the council member, this is a collaborative effort. It's people coming together to make this happen. And so now it's my pleasure to introduce Angeli Hernandez, who's representing Mid-City Can. Angeli, are you here? There you are. There. Good to see you.
Hi, my name's Angeli Hernandez, and I was part of the skate park campaign launched in 2011. I was one of the young people who brought the skate park reality after one of our fellow youth members, Marcos de la Escuaga, was hit by a car while skating. I would like to thank former council member Marty Emerald for being a champion for our campaign, for trusting and giving whole support towards youth issues when nobody was taken serious at the time. Mayor Kevin Faulconer for supporting and investing our efforts. The City Heights Town Council, the CHAPC, the San Diego School Board, Brian Schoenfish and Nick Farracone from the city, Peter Whitley and others from Tony Hawk Foundation and Mid-City Can for giving us the tools and support. But most importantly, I want to thank the youth that made this happen. All of our hard work paid off. We showed up to every single planning meeting, every single city hall meeting. We canvassed every single part of this neighborhood, knocking on doors, asking people to sign our petitions. We participated in research studies. We organized in events and built relationships. This is youth power, to come together and unify our community, to be the power to be in charge of how our community develops. Organizing our parents, our teachers, our neighbors, even our business owners. I take great pride in the skateboard because it's something that's sprouted from the community for the community. We made our young voices heard. Even though I'm not a skater and I never really learned how to skate, I take pride knowing that these young people and our future generations are going to have a safe, healthy, productive place to recreate. This skate park behind me is the fruit of all the hard work our young people in this community did. It will always be remembered. Let this skate park be a symbol of persistent, persistence, dedication, and youth activism. Thank you for all who invested in youth power.
Hey, well done. Thank you, Angelique. How do you pronounce your name? Angelique. Right, okay. Thank you, Angelique. Great job. Very great job. And also now a couple more speakers. We'd like to ask Russ Connolly with the City Heights Area Planning Committee to say a few words. Russ, come on in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cherokee Point neighborhood of City Heights. We've been very fortunate and blessed as part of the Area Planning Committee to reach out and involve all of the various neighborhoods of City Heights. Not only with what is going on today, but with the future. What are the things you want to see? What are the facilities we need to have? And open that dialogue. This project has been over 10 years in the making. And I want to recognize a few people who aren't here today that were part of that process so many years ago. One of them is my predecessor, Patty Vaccarello, who as chair of the City Heights Area Planning Committee pushed to get youth involvement in order to get their participation in seeing this project through. I also want to recognize Guy Mock, who as chair of the City Heights Town Council came up with a list of 10 projects we wanted to see in City Heights to better our community. I'm happy to say that 10 years later, over half of those projects have been completed right here in City Heights. That's a lot of work. Also, through Councilmember Marty Emerald and her help in being a supporter of getting projects done here in City Heights, I also would like to thank someone else from Park and Rec who isn't here today, Andy Field. He was someone who said, we can get this project done. He went and took care of the numbers, got the staff, got all of the various parts arranged, the city, the school district. He wanted to see this through as well. And I'm sorry you couldn't be here today, but he and all of the Park and Rec staff and Herman and everyone have been nothing but supportive in getting this done. And that's what it takes in getting a project done, not only here in City Heights, but through the city, is to be able to work together, find out what those needs are, work together to come up with creative solutions. This neighborhood, this community of City Heights shows time and again that we come together to get things done for our community. And to see this beautiful skate park for the youth of City Heights is just one more example of how we can all work together to get things done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Russ, thank you. And finally, I'd like to introduce Mickey Vukovic. Mickey is the executive director of the Tony Hawk Foundation. And it's great, Mickey, we were just saying, it's great to be here 2 days in a row as we're opening fantastic skate parks in the city of San Diego. The Tony Hawk Foundation very generously donated to this project, and our entire city couldn't be more grateful. It's about, as I said before, public-private partnership and making sure when we do things, we do them right and we do them world class. Mickey, come on up.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Thank you, staff. I mean, the commitment the City of San Diego has made to youth, and not just creating skate parks, but really pushing through a process that ensures that these projects are done well and they're quality, and they reflect what the community wants, and they'll be here for years and years to come, serving not just these youth, but future youth as well. That took a lot of work, and I commend everybody involved in achieving that. Thank you so much. On my way in, I passed a bunch of glum-looking skaters with their heads down, twirling their wheels, just kind of sitting by the park benches. And I was kind of shocked because, at a skate park, you don't really see that. But I realized they were sitting outside the park, and there was a piece of ribbon across it. And I realized what they want is they want to get in there and skate. So I promised them I would keep this short. So, it's a great pleasure of ours to be involved with this skate parks here in San Diego. Obviously, we've been working on projects across the country. This represents the 543rd skate park that we've been involved in funding and helping push through across the country. And we couldn't be more proud. Couldn't be more proud that it's right here in our hometown of San Diego, where Tony's from, and where, selfishly, we'll be here to be skating along with the kids. But a lot has been said about Mid-City Can, and I'll tell you, in all 543 of those projects, we've worked with 543 different community groups all across the country. Some of them, just people who were really passionate and they needed to learn how to get a skate park done. Others who were really deft at the process of working with City Hall. But we have never dealt with an organization as organized, as passionate, as committed to solutions, more willing to reach out to all members of the community, to reach out to individuals who had questions and concerns about what is a skate park and who's going to be there. And they introduced themselves and they showed the community who will be at the skate park, who it's for, and really paved the way to making this happen. And my hat's off to you guys and all the work you guys done and your leadership. And one of the greatest advocacy groups we've worked with in all of our years of doing this work. So really, really proud to know you guys and to work with you. So I think it's about time to skate. That's it for me. Thank you guys very much. And again, we're very, very proud on behalf of Tony and our board of directors and everybody. Just really, really, really stoked to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, my man. Mickey, thank you. Thank you, Mickey. All right, let's go. Let's open this thing. Come on. See in there?
1, 2, 3.